This just in: a massive financial lifeline is barreling toward Canadian seniors, and it's closer than you think. April 11th, 2025. Mark that date, because it's when $1,200, yes, you heard me right, $1,200 lands in bank accounts across the nation via direct deposit. Old Age Security. Canada Pension Plan. The government's dropping a bombshell, and it's got your name on it. But here's the kicker: not everyone's getting it. Are you one of the lucky ones? Stay with me, because what I'm about to reveal could change everything you thought you knew about your retirement. The air feels electric now, like the moment before a storm breaks. You're sitting there, maybe sipping your evening tea, and suddenly your heart's thumping a little faster. This isn't just news, it's your news, and it's coming at you like a freight train. You've spent decades working hard, raising families, paying bills, scraping by. Some nights you wondered if you'd ever get a break. And now, right here in April 2025, the government's stepping up with cold, hard cash, $1,200 of it straight into your account. No gimmicks, no games, just money to help you breathe a little easier. Maybe it's a new pair of shoes you've been eyeing, or that leaky faucet you've been meaning to fix, or heck, maybe it's just the peace of mind that comes with knowing you're not alone in this. But before you start counting those dollars, there's a twist. Who gets it? How much is really coming your way? And what's the catch? I've got the answers, and trust me, you're not going to want to miss a single word. This isn't a free-for-all, and that's where the stakes get high. Imagine you're standing at the edge of a cliff, peering down into a sea of possibilities. One wrong step, and you might miss out. To grab this $1,200, you've got to be in the game, meaning you're already enrolled in Old Age Security or the Canada Pension Plan. If you're 65 or older, you're in the OAS club, and that's a big chunk of the pie. OAS is that monthly check you've been getting, the one that's been a lifeline since you hit that milestone birthday. It's not about how much you worked or what you earned, it's about being a Canadian who's lived here long enough to call it home. Specifically, you need at least 10 years under your belt after turning 18 to even get a piece of it, and 40 years to max it out. But here's where it gets juicy: this $1,200 isn't just your regular payment. It's a special boost, a one-time shot of adrenaline straight to your bank account, and it's tied to both OAS and CPP for April 2025. Now, if you're on CPP, the rules shift a bit. You've got to be at least 60, and you've had to pitch in during your working years those deductions from your paycheck that stung a little every month. They're paying off now. Whether you started at 60, 65, or even waited until 70 for a bigger payout, you're in the running. But here's the million-dollar question: literally, how do they decide who gets this extra cash? That's where the suspense builds. The government's been tight-lipped, dropping hints like breadcrumbs in a dark forest. What we do know is that this $1,200 is a hybrid deal, blending OAS and CPP into one glorious direct deposit on April 11th. It's not a replacement for your usual payments, it's a bonus, a thank you, a lifeline for seniors who've been feeling the pinch. But there's a whisper in the wind: income might play a role. If you're raking in too much, could they claw it back? Hold that thought, because I'm about to break it down. Your regular OAS payment for April 2025 is already locked in. As of right now, the maximum monthly OAS for folks aged 65 to 74 is $727.67. If you're 75 or older, it bumps up to $800.44, thanks to that permanent 10% boost the government rolled out a few years back. That's your baseline, the money you count on every month like clockwork. CPP's a different beast. It depends on how much you put in and when you started taking it. The max for 2025 is $1,433 if you kicked it off at 65, but most folks are closer to the average, around $808.14. Add those together, and you're looking at a typical month of maybe $1,500 or so if you're getting both. But then bam! April 11th hits, and this $1,200 lands on top of it. That's right, it's extra. For one glorious month, you could be looking at over $2,700 flowing into your account. Can you feel that rush? That's rent covered, groceries stocked, maybe even a little treat for yourself or the grandkids. But wait, there's a shadow lurking. Is it really that simple, or is there something they're not telling us? The government's calling this a cost of living relief payment, a one-time blast of cash to help seniors keep up with inflation that's been gnawing at your wallet. Think about it: gas prices creeping up, bread that costs more than it should, heat bills that make you wince. They've seen it, they've heard you, and this $1,200 is their answer, at least for now. But I've got a hunch, and you should too. Payments like this don't just drop out of the sky. If you're already getting OAS, you're halfway there. Check your bank account, see those monthly deposits from Service Canada. That's your ticket. Same goes for CPP. If you've got direct deposit set up, you're golden. This $1,200 will slide right in on April 11th. No fuss, no muss. But if you're still getting checks in the mail, listen up, they're pushing hard for everyone to switch to direct deposit, and this might be why. Checks could lag a day or two, and who wants to wait when the money's this close? Now, if you're not enrolled yet, maybe you just turned 65, or you've been putting it off, don't panic, but don't dawdle either. You've got to apply through Service Canada, and it can take weeks, even months, to get the ball rolling. Do it now, and you might still catch this wave. But here's the curveball: what if you're overseas? If you're a Canadian living abroad, you need 20 years of residency after 18 to keep OAS flowing, and this bonus might hinge on that too. Curious yet? There's more to unpack. Let's dig into the latest government updates, because this is where the rubber meets the road. As of April 8th, 2025, today they've confirmed this $1,200 is locked and loaded. The announcement came straight from the top, with the Minister of Seniors practically shouting it from the rooftops. We're here for you, they said, and this is proof. They're tying it to the Consumer Price Index, that magic number that tracks how much life costs. Normally, OAS gets a little bump every January, April, July, and October if the CPI climbs. But this quarter, April to June 2025, the CPI dipped a hair, so your regular payments aren't budging. That's why this $1,200 feels like a thunderclap. It's not tied to the usual rhythm. It's a standalone rescue mission, and they're not mincing words about it. But here's the whisper in the shadows: some insiders are saying it's a test run. Could this become a regular thing? Or is it a one and done to quiet the grumbling? Stick with me, because the truth's still unfolding.